All right, so we have a great class prepared for you today. It is the Collaboration Center, and we are also going to go a little deeper into the searching, because we know just a little bit has changed in the searching. You do have your very first poll. So I want to know a little bit about you guys. Great. Thank you, Valerie. I totally appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to launch our first poll. Okay, and poll is open. Awesome. Great, so we've got 50% is voted so far, and it's a 50-50 split, whether you guys have done your preferences wizard or not. I'm going to show you there are a couple of cool things in there. In the preferences wizard, it's the Collab Center preferences wizard. There are, you know what, and we'll go ahead and okay, the majority is a no. So we will go ahead and scooch through there. Not too slow, not too fast, just enough to hit the main things that are good for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this poll. And I do want to share the results, just so you guys see that as well. So just a few of you have hit yes. So let's go ahead and start with that. So you guys know that the preferences wizard is the main one for Paragon. Let me scooch this out of here. Okay, so we have our, I wonder if I could get this. I've got a lot of real estate at the very top. There we go. That's a little better. And one thing I do like about my Mac, I can eliminate some of the stuff around the edges, which is really nice, but not on the PC. The preferences wizard is how I have gotten through everything in Paragon. Whenever I need to change anything, I typically just go right through the wizard instead of poking around everywhere. It was just a lot simpler for me. The Collab Center also has a preferences wizard as well. So it's right under your regular preferences wizard. I'm going to go ahead and tap into the Collab Center preferences wizard. And it's again the same. Start, you know that. Your name. So see, I'm Deborah, but I don't go by Deborah unless I'm in trouble. Your phone number is in here, your cell phone. Remember, if your cell phone is not displaying, that's in an area that is locked down in the back end, so you can't change that along with your email. If that needs to be changed, send me an email. I'll get it to membership. Send it to tech support. It doesn't really matter. It will get to Monica in membership, and she will get that updated for you. Okay, and I do have it to display my office number, email, my web address, everything in here. So what we have is your social media networks. And this comes on your email to your client. It does have your little icons at the bottom. This is how you do it. So I want to let you know that your Facebook is going to be your business page if you have it. Now remember, if you don't add your Facebook link in here, the link is, the icon will not show. So if you just have a LinkedIn profile and that's all you want to use, by all means use it. Your Instagram, see, it's funny, see, I don't really do the Instagram, but I put in here something a little different. That was my Wines for Humanity. I put there. See, but my Twitter, I've since closed that account. Now here's a cool one. This is a my story video link. So the video, this actually is one of my YouTube classes for my Real Source. It can be whatever you want. The one thing I want you to know is to get over yourself. If you're like me, you're gonna feel like a dork, maybe, whatever. But like, this is me, this is who I am. So do a video, even if you want to take it with your phone, get a little selfie stick, my Real Source selfie stick, and just get a little, hey, this is Debbie Fajardo. I'd love to help you out in your real estate career. You can reach me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Just click my links below, blah, 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 something like that. It doesn't need to be a 3-minute speech. It could be a 30-second speech, and trust me, that is enough. So I wanted to see how this looked. So I put my YouTube video. Oh, and that's the other thing. So once you do your video, you'll upload it to YouTube. You'll have to create your own private page or whatever. So, but that's where you find the link to put it into your story here, because it has to be hosted on a site somewhere. So you upload your video to YouTube, Vimeo, there's a couple other places, and put them there. All right, so I will keep checking to see if I have any other questions on the left. And my cursor is so small. So our page is all done. Your headshot here needs to be a square image. So if yours is rectangular, like most are, just so you know, that does need to be cropped. And otherwise, the system will crop it into a square for you, which is never nice. Alrighty, so let's get to my next page. So those are one of the big things that I like. I like to make sure to add the social media in there. Now, and what I accidentally did once upon a time, this is a little welcome letter in the Collab Center for your clients. And I will show you where they are so your clients can see them. But I deleted mine accidentally. I'll go back. There is one in the MLS documents, which is back here to the right. You'll see the link that says MLS documents. Go there and I will, if you'd like, I'll show you how to find it. If not, you can find it yourself. Let's go to the next. Now this is a really cool piece. You'll see at the top left, it says links. So these are links for my clients to access different places. So you'll see that the link name is going to be the Blue Water Chamber of Commerce. For those of you guys who don't know me, well, my name is Debbie Fajardo, and I'm the Director of Education here at my Real Source. So this is my job, working at the MLS. I do hold a real estate license, however, I really don't use it. So my farming area would be St. Clair. That's where I live. I'm right smack dab in St. Clair, Michigan, and I love this town. So the Blue Water Chamber is going to be close. Here's, of course, my HomeSnap app, which you guys have your own website for this one. If you did not know, go to your HomeSnap account and under the Me section, you will see my public profile, and that is your website right there. You can even put that in your signature lines. You can put it on social media. Search like a real estate agent by using my link. Semco Warwater Brewery, because, you know, the owner, Chris, graduated with my husband. So, you know, that's what we do. Property tax estimator, Blue Water Area Hotspot. So these are all things that you can add in. And even a helpful video. This is one called Staging Can Help You Sell. It's probably quite a few years old by now, but I got this from YouTube. I just copied the link and put it in here. So if you would like to add in a link for yourself, or actually for your clients, it's simple. Tap the add. I cheat. I go out and find a new link. And let's see, do I have something open here? Well, I got to get used to the navigation here. And then paste. Now, the one thing I will tell you is I tab through here. It's going to add in the link name the same as the link. I don't want that. That's just too much information. So I'm going to uncheck this and just call it my Google search. And that it will come up like that. There you go. Ta-da! So if you'd like some more information on that, please, you can let me know. But the big thing is going to finding that link. So I go to another website, copy the URL, go back to Paragon and paste it in that spot. It's a cool feature. It's a great way to promote your vendors. Okay, here's your office information page. Do you want to display your primary phone number, the office address, office logo? Don't forget about licensing laws, things that you do have to show and disclose. Going to my next page. Now here is a very unique page just for you. This is your notification options in the upper left-hand corner. What do you as the agent want to be notified on? So in the Collab Center, you get your own set of notifications. You don't have to CC yourself on everything that your clients get. You get your own notification. So do I want to be notified on new listings? Yes. Price changes? Yes. Status changes? No. Open houses? Yeah, I just want to be in the loop. That's what it's all about. I do want to be notified if my client marks a listing as a favorite or a possible, and if there has been a comment added. So the thing about the comments is, unless, Paragon always updates. So as the last time I checked, if my notifications are on like once a day, because that's usually how I kept it, then the unfortunate thing is my comments from my clients would only come in once a day. That's not good. That is not very timely at all. And then at the bottom, so when you set up the searches and notifications for your clients, what are they getting notified on? So I added in one extra step here, the status change. Because right now the market is so hot, they get a new listing, maybe an hour or two later, maybe a day later, it's going to pending. So this is how I'm letting my clients know that it's a hot market, and even though you liked that property yesterday and you were thinking about seeing it today, it's gone pending today. So those are the things that's the reason why I added it in. And the other ones were the default. Okay, let's go back up to the top and hit the next. And this should be the last page. Okay, search options. Now remember, this is as a whole in all of my clients. I'm going to allow my clients to create new searches. I don't want to disable them from searching. Why? Because they're just going to go to another site. Now there's also the Collab Center. You can have it set up as an agent preview, but flat across the board for everybody? No, that is way too much work. That's usually reserved for my PIA clients, which I'm sure you guys understand what those words. Those are my high maintenance clients, the ones that say, look, Debbie, if you send me another yellow house, I'm seriously going to fire you. Okay, duly noted. I will preview all those listings before you ever see them. So, but this is the one thing. You get that agent notification email, and there's a little gray bar that says you need to go to Paragon and view and approve or decline these listings. So you have to be cognizant of that. What are you allowing your clients to search on? Yeah, I let them search on everything. And then the status is, okay, so here's the thing. All the actives, yes, I'm gonna let them search on active properties. I don't need them searching on closed properties. You know why? Here's the thing. So if they're searching for a property, do you want it to be filled with all sorts of stuff that doesn't mean a thing to them? There is a different section in there that says to look at some comparables, what's recently sold. So that's in a different area. But I will let them see the pending properties because that is technically still an active property. So that and especially if they're looking for something, they see a sign that says for sale and it doesn't say pending. So I want them to be able to find it in the MLS saying that it is a pending listing. You need to make an offer sooner. Okay, there we go. Okay. And there are automated valuations in here. I don't always see them a lot. They're kind of buried in there, but they're going to see them everywhere. Honestly, I let it fly because they're going to be on Zillow. Even my husband, well, don't you know what this estimate on this house is? I'm like, sweetheart, I love playing this card. Don't you know you're married to the director of education for the second largest MLS in the state of Michigan? It doesn't impress him. Makes me laugh too. So, but it's like, he's like, but Zillow is so easy. I'm like, yeah, but it's so not accurate. Oh, you'll have that. He likes it, whatever. I always send him listings through HomeSnap. All right, but remember, you do have to talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, no questions so far, right? We're doing good. Okay, so that's your preferences wizard. There's a couple of things in there. Hopefully you've picked up something in there or you realize why your headshot comes in really squishy. That would be why. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, now we have the Searching and Collab Center on air showing screen. Ooh, there we are. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you guys can see everything. And if I get this out of here, there we go, free up a little bit more space here. So first thing, if you want to go to the Collab Center, well, there is no going to the Collab Center. Why? Because it's in your contacts module. It's part of the contact. So the Collab Center is actually the blue view button. All righty. And I just want to let you guys know that we do have a Collab Center handout for buyers. That is in your GoToWebinar, should be the orange arrow over on your right-hand side. There is a handout there, and don't forget, all of my handouts are also up here in the upper right-hand side of Paragon under the MLS documents. So as I click into this, I will see all of the MLSs that are on our regional data sharing, but this very top one, education, there are now 79 cheat sheets in there, and there's actually one more in our My Real Source folder. So if I go down to My Real Source, because some of you do have your own brokers folders in here as well. If you have your own, if your broker's logo is in the upper left-hand corner of Paragon, then you will have your own broker folder in there too. So here's my education folder. There are 80 folders in here. So if you're looking anything for the Collab Center, I would just type in Collab. That is a search button there. So there is the Collab Center About Me page. So that's the one, if I wanted to go fix my Collab Center message, I'll go copy this, paste it into my account, and then doctor it up. Don't forget to put your name on the bottom too. There's the one for buyers, and this is for both buyers and sellers, because remember, you can put your seller in here too, which is pretty awesome. All right, so let's go take a peek at Miss Lisa's Collab Center. So very first blue one here is Lisa Harris. And for those of you who have not met her yet, she is fantastic. She's an agent like you, except she's been in the business for a lot longer than she looks. And she's also a trainer with My Real Source and has been for a very long time. She trained me, was it more than 8 years ago? I came on board in 2012. So that's when I switched over from the association to the MLS. Okay, so let's look at Lisa's Collab Center. So let's get a little peek view at what your clients are going to see. So here is my headshot in the upper right-hand corner. Miss Lisa can put a photo here for herself as well. If I wanted to click into the me or anything here or the contact me, this is what your clients are going to see. Your brokerage information here, because remember, this is my office. Here's my information, my email. Visit my site, that's the HomeSnap site. And I put in all 4 of the social media accounts, so they do show up here. And this is where the video is going to show, and you'll see, yes, this is the new agent onboarding chapter, chapter 1. So it was a video that I had, so I figured I'd put it up there. And there's the welcome to my Collab Center site. You'll see that it cut off here. And then most importantly are your links to the left. So when you want to help your clients move, stage, sell, get ready to everything, hire movers, get electricity, get cable, get internet for the home, this is where you can put some stuff here. Does your brokerage offer title services? I don't know if you want to put those here, but I would put in my favorite handyman if they wanted to help my clients. So I know a plumber, I know a general contractor, I know blah, 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 blah. You know, here is my all around go-to person to help fix whatever you need in your house. For me, it's my hubby, so thank the good Lord for that. But you'll see this is why I actually put their name in here along with the site. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this page. So here in my client's Collab Center, there's the buyer activity, which you'll see listings. There are recent sales here. So that's why I didn't need to put in those sold properties into my Collab Center. And communications. So if I'm communicating with my client, so Lisa and I will have some communications in here. I don't know how old they will, there they are. So there are some of the notes that I would have put in here about that property. And it's nice that you do see the property. And yes, it's been closed. Lisa and I play in this account a bit just to make sure that we have some good samples. And then you can also have your own saved folders. So if I wanted to save something, great homes with fences, you know, a fence isn't exactly well, it's not even exactly, it is not a required field. So that's something that can be missed. And there's just favorites, rejects, there's all of her stuff, and no custom folders. So the custom folders that she would make is there. You also have My Home Wealth in here. So this is a piece we don't really talk a lot about because it's HomeBot. You'll see this little one in your HomeBot center. If your client is a homeowner, you can put them up on the HomeBot site. You're allowed a few clients in there. I think it's past 25. Then it's a monthly fee. It's a very interesting product. I just don't. We've had a lot of you know, some people love it, some people hate it. Take your pick. I thought it was pretty cool. But she has unsubscribed, you'll see, because she also put it in her account too. Okay, so when I go to the buyer activity, I want to show you the recent sales on here too. So there will be items that are around in her search area. So everything in her search area, they are right here. So my clients can see items that sold. And you see, at least when I put Lisa up on a search, it's going to be a fun one. So, nice big homes, you know, gotta love it. Okay. And of course, your clients, the big thing is making sure that they mark them as favorites, possibles, or rejects. And you can do this on behalf of your client as well, because I'm in Lisa's account. And I know we were talking and she says, you know, that home in Claire, I really, really like that one. I think that's really cool. I said, all right, I'll go ahead and I got it. I'll mark it as a favorite for her and go on. And the other thing is the fact that here you can view your detail, which gives you, of course, all the listing information. But the other little box, just so you know what your clients can do here. They can email this listing out to their friends or to you. They can comment on this. They can see the associated documents. This is part of the cool thing about the Collab Center and HomeSnap. They can request a showing, but no, this doesn't go to showing time. This goes to you. And they can also share this out on Facebook. So, just so you know what your clients are capable of. And there's a couple other views in the upper right-hand corner. So that is your client's experience of Collab Center. I love this piece. I think it's really, really neat. They are also working on a mobile one. They've already released it, but we have HomeSnap, so we're not anxious to get it. What we are looking for is to make sure when you've got your clients on that agent preview, that comes right to you, that's right on your mobile device, saying, hey, guess what your buyers are doing? Your buyer has a new listing that needs to be approved or declined. That's what I want on the mobile. That's what I am looking for. We are excited for that one to be coming up, and it is in the works. Okay, so how do we get our clients on the Collab Center? Well, today, as long as we're in the contacts module, you know, we can actually start from here. So let's go ahead and start from here. We're going to add a new client right there on that blue bar. Okay, and who is my client going to be? Oh, I would use Colleen's Joe Schmagegi, but I can't spell Schmagegi. You know, I'm going to stick with my favorite, Betty Buyer. Betty Buyer. She's going to be Betty Ann. Okay, So you know that these are the only two required fields to enter in a contact. However, if you want to get emails to your contact, you might actually want to put in an email address. So I'm going to go down to their home email. This is going to be Betty at mailinator.com. Now, I use the mailinator.com because you can only put yourself in there but once. I already am a contact in there. So that's one of those safety measures that, you know, if you've already got a contact, it's not going to do another one. Now, as I tab through here, that's an important thing. I'm going to tab through, and I was about to point on the screen for you guys. There is a green check mark there, and it just says it looks like a valid email. Your next step is you do have to say that this is the primary email. So now that you've told it, yep, this is the email we want to use. And as I scroll down, I can also put in the spouse or a secondary. We'll say mom at mailinator.com. Oh wait, no, sorry, mom. We'll just put in mom. And now we put in mom's email address in the right spot. And again, as I tab through, you'll see the green check. It is not the primary because the buyer is the primary. And I do want to add this one to all of the emails. Now remember, in your contacts module, you have a whole lot of stuff in here. You can add them as a buyer and add all sorts of stuff. There's the add your contact to the home bot. You can add in where you got their information from. Maybe I met her. Maybe this was a social media one from all that free lead generation that my real source gives me. And just a little bit more information you can add here. So what are we going to do? We're going to hit save on that blue bar. And then what you're going to see come up is an error saying that, hey, you use Betty Buyer all the time. So watch this. We're going to give her a name, Beatrice. Told you she was my favorite. Okay, now what you see come up on the right hand side is your green next button. So there is a nice little wizard that you can use through here to get you through all the information on the left hand side. There we are. So everything on the left here. And as I scroll down, you'll see the basic information, which we haven't added anything. It's okay. It's all right. We're going to do the next. And that goes right to her contact information, which we're fine. So the one thing I do want to show you is if you'd like to inactivate your client, you can do that here. They won't be an active client and they won't be included in any emails, things like that. And then right under there is the Collab Center search options. So remember, we have that global setting of new. My clients can create new searches for themselves. But if Beatrice is quite my persnickety buyer, I could change her to agent preview, and that's where this would be. But we're going to stick with the regular new only, just run of the mill. This is the way I generally set up my clients. We're going to tap next. And this gets me right down to add a search. You see on the left hand side, you'll see it goes right there. So either A, I can add a new saved search, or B, load an existing saved search. So if I had something that I already did for her, I could add it this way. But we haven't done that today, so let's go ahead and add a new search. Oh, can you tell how to get the Collab Center? Can I tell how to get the Collab Center documents? Oh, how again? Okay, so that was for your client. When your client is in their Collab Center looking at their listing, they got to go to that little more button, and it's actually, it's a box with an arrow. So their listing is this big, and on the bottom right, little box with the arrow gets to that more information where they can email, they can share on Facebook, request a showing, and see those documents. Cool. Okay, so this one, and Valerie, that was what you needed, right? Okay, so you'll see it's just a little off to my left, so it takes me a second to see it sometimes. So we are going to select a residential. We'll keep it nice and simple. Now, one thing you will notice, I do have my search customized just a little bit. Originating MLS numbers, that very first piece, I do not believe that's part of the original search. And sometimes when we're doing stuff and we're trying to search, let me scroll all the way down to the bottom. It's like I will tell you, public remarks and pre or homesteaded, not part of your search. There is also another area at the bottom, which I was speaking to a very seasoned agent the other day. She was looking for something in Harson's Island. And she's like, you know, I know Harson's Island is not a municipality. She's like, how do I search for just Harson's Island? I said, well, you know, you can map it. She's like, yeah, but I don't want to bump into all of the other islands and everything there. I said, well, you just want to search by mail city. She's like, yeah, where is it? I can't find it. At the very bottom is your secondary criteria. So you want to tap that down arrow, and then scroll down. So you'll see you have subdivision name. You have mail city right here. So if it was Harson's Island, this is where you could add in Harson's Island. Oh, now remember, so you see that 1,700 listings have come up, but this is the only criteria that I've put in. You will see under the 1,700, here is your criteria summary. So I've got equals B for sale and for rent. This is an MLS listing in Harson's Island. So this is everything that's active, pending, and sold, all of it. So actually, you can also search by acreage, year built, bathrooms full, and bathrooms half. Now remember, when you go back up to the top, you have bathrooms total here. Okay, I don't like the way the messages come up on, oh, that doesn't come up for you, does it? Oh, that's awesome. Good. I've seen it on other people's classes who use a PC where that message comes up and it looks like it didn't come up for you guys. Yay, that's nice. Because that's visually distracting. Okay, so you have bathrooms total here. Remember, this is all the bathrooms, whether they are halves or wholes. Don't forget how to count these. I know, really, Debbie, you're going to give us a lesson in counting? Yeah, why not? So if you're looking for 1.5 baths, at least a minimum, you're still going to put 2 in there because it's 1 full bath, 1 half bath. So that's 2. I know, crazy stuff. There's no halvesies, decimals, nothing in here. This is the total numbers of baths. So if you are looking for 2 full baths and you put 2 baths here, guess what you're going to get? You could get at least a minimum of 1.5. So if you are very specific that you must have 2 full baths, good luck on Harson's Island. You know, that's going to limit your inventory a little bit, but you would go down to the bottom, open up that second window, and you would say bathrooms full. I need 2 full baths here. Then I would take out my bathrooms total. Remember, you can do it over here on the right-hand side and take that one out. Now I have 728 listings in all throughout history. Okay. Let's go back up to the top. All right, so instead of bouncing around, let's get through these items here. Type, well, we are looking for residential. Status, now do not forget, we've added the new coming soon status in here. So if you're looking at sending, and there's been a few status changes, if you generally just send all active listings to your client, what are you going to get? Yes, you're going to get the actives. You'll get those items that are back on the market, that's okay. Keep showing a contingency applies, which means what? They've accepted an offer and it's contingent upon the buyer selling their home. So does your buyer want to see these? I don't know. That's up to you and your buyer. Another one here is accepting back offers. an offer has been accepted on this home. However, they're holding out for a better offer, maybe, or maybe, and I don't know if that's can do that. So maybe this offer might fall through. They're not positive. They want to make sure to have a backup in place. Does your buyer want to be a backup? Maybe, maybe not. That's how we got this house. We were actually a backup offer, which we didn't realize that it was already accepted an offer. And we put in an offer because we liked it. And then we were like, oh, okay, well, we weren't really looking for a home. And then, we were it. So here's our new home a couple years ago now. And then, of course, you're coming soon. So these are the items that you need to get with your buyers on to let them know that these are the type of things that are on the market, that when you see them coming in your email, you will see these statuses. So either A, you can have them in there. B, I can not send them to you. It's up to your buyer. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save this. So there are 20 active listings on Harson's Island. How amazing. And that's with two full bathrooms. Whoa, I'm impressed. I am shocked. That's amazing. Okay, I can also search by map. If I were to search by map, if I'm doing Harson's Island, look at there, and it already comes up Harson's Island because that is the mail city that I selected. And look at this. It is already showing the listings on Harson's Island for me. How absolutely amazing is this? So just to let you know, I do keep my map view on a hybrid view. So it's that aerial and a map combined. On the white bar here, all the way to the left-hand side, I'm going to tap the hybrid. So the road is your default. So this is what yours looks like unless you change it. So there's the aerial only or the hybrid, which is how I like mine. That's just how I roll. Now, if I change it here, it's not permanently going to change it. I will need to do so in my preferences wizard if I wanted to make that a permanent change to the hybrid view. Okay, so now on this blue bar, you'll see I'm in the searching. So criteria, map search, and then I could run the search. But I don't need a map here. I mean, I can do a little bit more, but we're fine on this. So let's go back to the criteria, and it's simple, just right into those tabs. When you understand the tab system, that's what really works. Okay, so what do we have so far? We have both for sale and for rent. It's on Harson's Island, the mail city, and all active with 2 full baths. Okay, let's reduce this to something we just want to buy. Yay, no rentals on Harson's Island. And I don't even want to touch that price just now. I don't need to satisfy the county or the municipality because I wanted to search in that mail city alone. Okay, and again, a redundant field still sits here, area municipality, and municipality will eventually get rid of that. Structure style, what do I want? Do I want a 1-story, a 2-story? Hey, and let's not forget right in between those, a 1.5-story, which it took me a minute to understand that one because my home is a 2-story, right? There's a full set of stairs that goes up to the 2nd story, but it's not listed as a 2-story home. This is a 1.5-story. Why is it only 1.5? Because the square footage on the top does not equal the square footage on the bottom. And so, for me, I'm in my office. This is an addition. When they built it, there is no 2nd story above me. So there's that in the master bedroom. Again, there's no 2nd story above that. And even the little kitchen area, that's open to the 2nd floor. So there's 3 reasons right there that the square footage is going to be a lot less than what's matched on the front or on the 1st floor. So that's one of the things there. You have your bi-level and you condo. Is this condo is an apartment style on the 1st floor? Or is it on the 2nd floor and above? So really what we're looking at, do I have to access stairs to get up? Is there an elevator? How easy can I access my apartment or condo? even in the lower level. And then there's the condo ranch style. So remember, a ranch style is going to be a 1 story, more than 2. So you get the whole idea here. All right, so we're gonna say we just want a 1 story and save that. And of course, you can also just type in 1 in this line and you'll get it. Oh my goodness, that just seriously dropped us down. Now, if I take out, are there really that many 2 stories here? 20, wow. Okay. Not a lot of 1 stories. So I'm gonna leave that out for today, just because we already have our bathrooms down below. We got 2 bathrooms. I don't want a basement on Harson's Island. It's not a yes or a no for me. New construction, fireplace. See, again, fireplace, it's not a required field. So as much as I'm never, ever going to buy a house without a fireplace, even my house in Florida where I grew up had a fireplace. Yes, I know. Ownership, is it private? Is it bank owned? Is it subject to a short sale? Okay, now here's one thing that we see a lot of questions on. So I see the tech support emails, and when I see a lot of those ones, when you're still newish to the system, how can I search for financing? I'm looking for just cash. There's no financing button here. Well, that's because it's in the feature codes. There it is. The feature codes covers everything. So I first just want to go ahead and tap on that magnifying glass so you see what's there. Everything from appliances, and this is usually for, well, that encompasses everything. Basement type, bathroom descriptions. So you have association and community amenities. You have what kind of cooling system, right down to the water heater and your fireplace too. So I'm going to go up to the fireplace features. So how many different kinds of fireplaces are here? Okay, basement, dining room, family room. Is it a gas fireplace? Is there a fireplace in the great room? Is there a fireplace in the living room? Does the primary bedroom have a fireplace? Is it a natural fireplace? Do they even have a fireplace screen, which is, well, that's personal property, whatever. Hey, how about, is there a wood stove? Oh, how nice. So here's the thing. Here's how you use your features. Because remember, there are 3 different columns here. So you have a must have, must not have, or as long as I get one of these, I am cool with that. Okay. So if you just want a fireplace, then I would put yes and forget all of these. So if I'm particular about, look, as long as I do not want a gas fireplace. There you go. No gas fireplaces for me. I don't want to use my clapper. Fire on. So that's one way of using it. So as long as I get either a family, let's say, I don't think this is the best of ones to use, a natural fireplace or a wood stove, which is honestly the same as I don't want a gas fireplace. You use it. So as long as you get one of those, you're fine. And save that. Let's see how many, back to the 4 again. We could also do, if I said fireplace, yes, you're still going to get the same results on that one, because that's one of those yes, no fields. But if you were dead set against not having a gas fireplace, see, that's the auto type, autofill. And none of them are gas fireplaces. Okay. Look at that. There is also your number of garage, square footage. So if I do at least, what kind of square footage you guys want to do today? We're going to do 900, something, 9,000. That'll be nice and big. Okay, we still have plenty in there. All right, I'm going to stick with the 4 listings. That's good. Do you guys have any questions on any of the features around here? Not just the feature codes, but any of these, because remember, we've got the new contains, equals. Now these are usually set the way they are. So the one thing that I will show you, so if I'm going to say address, this is where I could use the contains. These are set to contains. I'm going to do main. So if anything, any road that contains North Main, Main Street, anything pre and post of Main, you will find it there. But as you can see, there's nothing there. But instead of the old school having to use the asterisk, we've allowed these codes at the back end here to help you that it will contain. As long as it contains Main in there somewhere, you'll be fine. What is Mainster, Main Dairy, Main, I'm really stretching it. Okay, how do I search property above the hunting shotgun line? Well, if I knew what the hunting shotgun line was, I could probably tell you. So I would assume you'd want to use the map on that one. So let's go into the map. We are to the right. Come on. I usually have a nice large pointer on mine. So if you know that the shotgun line is here, and you didn't want anything below this line, so we're still going to use Harson's Island. I'm going to draw a map. So I'm going to go into the draw tools on the left, draw, and then I'm going to use the polygon. That's usually the easiest for me. So I'm going to select the polygon, and we're going to say that this is our line across here, somewhere across here. So I'm simply going to click once, move my mouse. I'm going to click again over here and click again. So every time I want my line to turn, I'm simply going to click. This is not a click and drag. And then all I need to do is to end where I began. Okay, so now I've mapped out an area that would be in the shotgun area. So because I want all of Harson's Island, but not anything south of the shot, not anything in the firing lane. But I do have to tell them I don't want anything in here. So I will go into edit that. And then you'll see my polygon says include. I'm gonna check this, so I uncheck it, and now that is red. And now I have no listings in this red area. So you can do that everywhere. So say maybe you want to search in Clinton Township, but they only want, you know, the northwest side. So you can just draw a map and tell it to exclude this area. That's what I love. The mapping features on here is really amazing. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. So now you'll see, I'm going to go back to my criteria. Now I have reduced that one that's in the firing area. Now from there, I could have just hit search. I could have saved a second, but you also see that there was the second map that was in there. Okay, so now I'm reduced to the 3 listings, and you have your green button and your blue button here. You'll want to save this search. So tap your green button. Save search for Betty Buyer. See, and that's what I love about this. When you do it from the contacts, the name will populate in there. And I always, no, it's the 22nd, isn't it? 22nd, 21. I like to name and date. Let's save. Okay, so now we have, remember, always see that big green box. You have a save search for Betty Buyer. That's what we just named it. It's automatically going to say, we want you to be on the Collab Center. Yes, indeed. And again, if this needs to change or go to something different, you just tell it to, but this is generally where you want. We will go into the settings today. However, if you want your client to be set up on automatic emails going immediately, you can let it fly. But I do want to look at that today. So let's click into the settings. Now, in my preferences wizard, I set my notifications to 6 months. Your default is 1 year. I changed mine. Shocking, I know. Your notification trigger. So this was when we were looking at the Collab Center Preferences Wizard, what is going to trigger an email to your client? And that is the 414. The status change is the one that I added in. Now, however, this can be changed for every client because remember that was your general. So today, maybe I just double check to see if there's anything else by clicking into this. No tours, no open houses, no photos. Remember, that's the initial photo. So if somebody actually enters in a listing and sets it as live, your client's going to get a trigger. And then 20 minutes later, they upload the photos, your client's going to get another email. Oh God, please don't do that to me. That's awful. So this is good. I could save or cancel, doesn't matter. And here's the big thing here. So the default is your clients and you are set to immediately. If you want to change this to set to recurring, you do have to tell it when. That's the cool thing about Paragon. If your client wants a 7 a.m. email, you got it. If they want an email at their 10 a.m. break, that's when they want to see their listings, you got it. If they want it lunch, dinner, evening, set it up. You just click modify time frame and tell it, let's see, my client wants the 10 a.m., but you know what? I would do 9:45 to make sure that they were there. Oh, or 9:30 to make sure that they got those in a timely manner because it'll go out within a few minutes after that. And okay. So just so you know that you do have to tell it when to go out. And then as we scroll down, see, look, there's Beatrice and her mom. Because we put that into her contact record and we told the system, yes, please include mom. She'll be there. I do not need to CC myself nor BCC myself. Why? Because I have my own agent notifications. Here is your subject line, your activity notification for your collaboration center site. I like to put an addition on there. This is your Harson Island search. Okay, it's a little big, but remember that front end does clear the CAN spam act. So I really wouldn't want to change too much of this. Okay, literally tap the okay. And what do you do next? There is the send the welcome message. So let's go ahead and tap that. That is the big key to getting your clients started on the Collab Center. They have to be welcomed into the product. You'll see that this comes up blank. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. What am I going to do here? It's okay, don't worry about it. So you can type a custom message in here or click preview. So go ahead and click preview, because this is what your clients are going to see. There's you, your cell phone number, your email, Betty, buyer, and mom. Look at that. It's for the 2 clients. Look at that. Everybody's getting in there. There are 3 matches found. You can view the listings, but remember, this is the welcome. There are undecided listings and agent picks, which we'll get to the agent picks here shortly. And what are the categories for? Favorites, possibles, rejects. Most people are very familiar with that. You can communicate. Create your custom folders. They can even compare listings side by side in here. They do need to create a password. And then just so you know, remember this was changed. That is no longer Google+. They just haven't changed the preview yet. It's a little buried for them. It does, when it goes out to your client, it does say Instagram. When they're on their phone, they can simply just tap your telephone number and give you a buzz. The information is always right there. And of course, your company logo. If you change brokerages, which some people do, don't forget to go through your preferences wizard and change up your logos. Okay, so let's close, and then we're gonna ship that confirmation email out. So we'll just tap send. And what are you gonna always make sure to check for? The big green email sent. That is the most important piece. Did they get it? So we're good to go. Okay, so I do have a question for you guys. I'm gonna launch this poll. And then we still have two things to do. We wanna do the agent picks, which is the agent recommended. And we also have setting up a seller on the Collab Center. So I'm gonna have to use Miss Audra's account on that one. Okay, all right, well, good. The majority of you have said no, so which is kind of what I expected. So this is fresh information for you guys, and maybe you've seen it before. And we have 80% voted. I'm good. Okay. And we'll close, and we will go ahead and share the results. So you'll see the majority of you guys have not set them up, which is A-okay. That's why you're in class, huh? If you knew how to do this, you really wouldn't be here. Okay. Let's close out this. And here's your buyer. So we're still back to your client. There are 3 matches for your client. They are all undecided and they are all new. You also have comments down below. So at any time you can see everything that's going on your client from your clients, from the contacts icon. Now, if I were to keep going on with the next button, so we could just keep working that, there's the agent recommended. Now, this really isn't the easy way to do the agent recommended. I mean, you'll see that the site is on. You do not have to send a welcome letter because they've already got a welcome letter, and they're automatically going to be set up on the Collab Center. So if you save a listing for them as an agent pick, it will automatically go into their Collab Center. So how do you find a listing and recommend it? What's when you stumble across a listing? So finding the listing isn't the hard part. It's getting it to your client. So I'm going to go over to the Home tab, and I'm simply going to pick something out of my Market Monitor. My Market Monitor has been set to the school district that I live in. You know, St. Clair is a small town, but the East China School District is a little bigger, so it actually has a nice big representation of my area. So I'm just going to click into one of the new listings here, one of the 12. And if you guys haven't done your Market Monitor yet, I love the Market Monitor. I like to know what's going on in my neck of the woods. You'll also see something here that might be a little different than yours. Well, there's a couple things that are going to be different. Because I live in St. Clair, we have a big brokerage over here that belongs to another MLS. And I think everybody else is a My Real Source subscriber. I'm not exactly sure of the demographics, but I like to see who's winning the listing war. Is it Real Comp or is it My Real Source? Or every now and again, when a different MLS pops into the area. Because remember, an agent on the west side could list property here. How? Because we're all sharing data. So you might see somebody else. You might see someone from Lansing or Mishrick or Bay, because maybe their brother lives down here and they're the only one that's going to list that property for them. Okay, I love data sharing. So you will see other MLSs here. The one thing that I just added in the other day is this little plug. These are the quick action icons. It's a link to your actions. So if I actually wanted to tap in the actions here, which I know I'm a little sidebar at the minute, but I wanted to show you what I could do right from this little spot. I could pull these up on the start a transaction. I could go to showing time and schedule a showing right here without having to click into the listing. It's just nice. There's your quick view for the listing as well. So that was one of the things that I just customized. And that was one of the cool things that I do like about this, because when your spreadsheet comes up, you'll see that there's the sold price in here, but I'm generally not looking at the solds. So I moved those down and out of the way. And there were also times as I scroll over to the right, there we go. that, let's see, I have the school district here, which of course this is all East China. I put acreage here. Cumulative days on market is a default. Structure style, I also put in here too. We were trying to run some comparisons. I had one of my realtor members that had a very picky client. I know, crazy, but she was looking for some things that were not part of the mandatory fields. So what we did is we put her criteria up on the spreadsheet so we could easily pick and choose. Yes, that is. No, that's not. Yes, that's good. Yes, that's good. So that's why I did this crazy stuff here, not just because I like to do some fun stuff. Okay, so you know that these are sorted by price from lowest to highest. So I'm going to go down and find my nice listing here. Let's see, River Road in Coctreville. So maybe I'm going to say, you know what? Although this one is not on Harson's Island, I know that they would really, really, really love this property. I know this is not an actual story, but I'm going to say this listing here. Oh, my client, you know, she really wanted to be on the river. I know on the Harson's Island part of the river, but I got to show her this house. I really, really do. How do I get this listing to my client? I want to put it in my client's Collab Center. Because what happens if maybe she doesn't like it today, but next week she's like, you know, that house, it actually is a great house. So that's why. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this listing, and this is going to be to a listing cart. So it's not saved as agent recommended. So that's how you get it to that spot. You have to save it to a listing cart. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember, the instructions for this are in the handout in today's class, and it's also in the MLS docs. So if you can't remember how to get something to an agent recommended, pull it up in the MLS docs or go to the YouTube channel. We have a quick tip on that. So there's a whole section on Collab Center, and one of those ones is agent recommended listings. So it's in there too. All right, so now that I'm asking the system to save this listing for me, we're going to say it's not for me, but it is for my contact. And it's just the current listing that I am on. I'm going to start typing her name, Sally. No, she was Betty, sorry. Oh, good. She was Betty A today. Let's just say not switch one. Okay, and you always want to go to that notify section too. Yes, it's already open, thank you. So I'm going to go into my contacts. So you'll see I'm going to go tap the tab that's open here. And now my agent recommended, if I refresh, just remember, I wonder if I can just go back. And then next. There she is. So here is my one listing for my client that has been recommended. Now, I have had some people ask, well, can I recommend a listing that's already in their search? I'm like, well, yeah, you can. You just find the listing, save it to the cart. That way, I mean, it's kind of redundant, but sometimes, yes, they had like 75 listings. And the agent wanted to say, okay, yeah, this, and this, I believe are really going to be fitting your needs. I'm like, okay, that was a cool way. I'd never thought of that. A great way to think out of the box. But the agent recommended is also used for something that doesn't fit their regular criteria. Maybe here's their search. It's a block outside of their general search range, or maybe it's just a skosh higher than where they wanted to go on their budget. But that's you as the realtor. You have the ability to say, hey, you know, I know this house fits your every need, except for, you know, might be out of, you know, a block away, might be a skosh too high. Let's work on the problem. Let's work the situation. So now, what can we do? We're still in our contact record. Do we want to take a peek at what my contacts now look like, or my contacts Collab Center? Because here's the thing. You just put an agent recommended in there. How are they going to find it? So let's show them where to find it. So on here on the blue bar, I can just click right here to the View Collab Center. and it'll open up for us. So here we are back to your buyer's Collab Center. And here you go. It will be placed right here in the right-hand side, but that's not the only place where it's going to go. That's just a nice way to separate it from the pack. It is also going to be in the pack right here. Come on, scroll up. So here is that new listing that was just added in. That's the one on River Road. And Valerie, remember you had asked how to get to those Collab Center, those sellers disclosures. That's over here on the right-hand side. That's square with the arrow to it. That's the additional options for the listing. And no documents on this one. Okay, so, which remember, associated documents are mandatory. But this is a new listing. It might not be in there just yet. So the last thing I want to show you guys is how to put your seller in the Collab Center. Now remember, the home must be listed in the MLS. So I'm going to go use Miss Audra. Love her. Should have told her I was going to be assuming her identity today. So let's go ahead and close out the dashboard here. Now, what I'm about to do is a staff function only. Staff at your office can assume your ID and only ones in their office, and it just depends on their security level too. So when I go up to the right and I'm going to assume an identity, most of the people cannot do this in the system, but I'm staff at my real source, and that is why. So don't be thinking that, oh my God, everybody can just assume everybody's identity. They cannot. So Miss Audra, oh, actually she's listed my sister-in-law's property, so that might be one I could use. Okay. I'm not going to bother her messages for her. Now you'll also notice she has a private label MLS. Her background's a little different. And if you want to know how to change the background, I know this is shocking, but it's in your preferences wizard. Everything's in your wizard. So Audra is a member of Coldwell Banker Professionals, and they have their own private label. So this means she has her brokerage's info here. So how does she get to see the My Real Source information? Easy. So I'm going to tap on the MLS button at the top of this section, and then that's the screen that you can see to get through to our classes here. So here is our class schedule. We also have some of these quick links over here, which are very important to you. If you're looking to find that YouTube channel real quickly, should be, let's go down to monthly. There's the member benefits, new agent welcome. Oh, it's the webinar library. There we go, webinar library. It should be obviously labeled the YouTube channel, but that's where we have our webinar library. And here you are. I always suggest to go to the playlists. Here they are sorted by courses. Real stats. Oh, that's our new one. Midland, getting to know my real sources staff. Yeah. Let's get to the classes. Paragon. There's all the quick tips all in one place. Market stats. Electronic lockboxes, showing time, home snap, generating leads. Remember, this My Real Source has the free stuff here. So you get the idea. The Collab Center is here too. There you go. There's your Collab Center. Some are the full classes, some are the quick tips that are in there. So it's a little bit of everything. Okay, so let's go into the contacts. And I'm going to view and manage. She should, I am in here. There's me, so I'm going to go into my client, which is me, Debbie Fajardo. Okay, so there's the buyer activity on the left and the seller activity. So as I go into the seller activity, it's associate a property and simply select a listing. Now, all of her listings are going to pop up. These are only her listings. And we're gonna do, Bancroft. There we go. And save. Now, there is more to do. You want to enable the sell side site. So turn that to on and send an update email. Seller update schedule, blah, blah. It's scheduled for immediate delivery. Thank you very much. I can also go in and view that site too. And enable an email report. So let's go ahead and turn that one on too. And you'll have we'll do a daily, client scheduling, agent scheduling. We'll keep, oh, she wants hers as weekly. I'll do mine as daily. Oh, actually, she had hers off in the first place. It was disabled, so I don't want to turn it on for her when she didn't have it on for her. She's gonna be getting emails going, what in tarnations has Debbie done now? So I do want to see the site for the seller site. So this is still the Collab Center, but it's that seller side. See, same stuff coming up. So I do want to, I'm gonna go ahead and launch the poll while that's loading. It'll give us half a second time. Okay. Now I'm assuming I know the answer on this one. Maybe. Because if not a lot of you have set up buyers, well, who knows? Maybe you guys are all listing agents, who knows? Okay, so we're no's. All righty, everybody's a no. I don't even think I need to share that one. Okay, but our seller site is up. And look, her client actually uploaded a photo. Yeah, that's me and my hubby. Because, you know, I'm a dork. If you guys haven't finished that out, figure that out yet. So here is my listing. This is my home. I am the home owner on this one. So we have had, this is what your clients will see. If I could, new keyboards, you know, you gotta love it. So here's the listing. There have been 168 listing views. Been on the market for 14 days. Here's your showings, buyer views. Oh, these are the views, sorry. If I read the titles, buyer views, agent views. Showing time activity. So very nice. Yeah, 11 feedback have been received. Very nice. Prospective buyer activity. 1 is marked it in their favorites. 6 have rejected it, and 143 just haven't touched it at all. Okay. Real estate agent views versus prospective buyer views. Anybody recommend the listing? Anybody saved it here? Social activity, oh, views from the email. All righty. So this is a really cool piece to give to your sellers. Now, not every listing agent likes to do this. Maybe they have something that they do themselves, but it's about good communication. The thing is, yes, you do have to have this home listed. That's all there is to it. See, then I can go into Miss Audra's contact me page. Welcome to my Collab Center. So this is what she has in hers. That's generally what it is. All righty. And close. So you have your buyer activity, your seller activity. So this client is actually buying and selling. But I know she's put in an offer on a home, so I'm sure that buyer activity might be off so far. Let's close that out. Okay, so we got a little bit more on the searching. If you guys want to customize your search too, like say maybe you like this full baths. Let me go back to my account. And to me, thank you, Miss Audra, today. Here, back to my account. So when I go into my searching icon, into my residential, now if you guys do want to rearrange any of these fields, you certainly can. It's simply the customize and those fields, or you can customize the container. There's that top container and then the bottom container. So if you wanted to take it out of the bottom and put it in the top, because maybe you do like searching by mail city, or maybe the bathroom's full is a big thing for you, go ahead and do that. Do not be afraid to customize this. So as I go into here, So you'll simply, all your available fields are on the left, and there's a ton to search from. So if you're looking for something in particular, I think acreage is already below, public remarks are in there, homestead has already been added. Okay, let's see. Bedrooms, input, kitchen level. Maybe that's very, very, very important. Just tap it twice. It goes over to the right-hand side. It does always go to the very bottom, because you'll see that's where I added in those other ones. But maybe this is something you want to move up. So I'm going to select it and tap to move up. And we'll say somewhere around, it doesn't matter. Apply and save, apply, save as, or just apply for this minute. So applying is only going to apply it to this search. When I come back to it, it's not going to be there, because that was my thing when I first saved it. When I first tried it, I didn't save it. I'm like, how come I can't do this? I never saved it, duh. So that's one of those things you need to know. Okay, so we've gotten through a bit of searching, a little bit more in there, adding your client, adding in mom, spouse, whoever, that secondary email, saving their search, getting them onto notifications, checking out their Collab Center site. Let's see, agent recommended, and the seller side too. So we've gotten through quite a bit today. So remember, when you go to do this yourself, break out the cheat sheet. It is okay. And it is in your handouts here. It's also in the MLS docs. So just go to the MLS docs, go to the education folder, type in Collab, hit enter, and there's the full handout right there. And ta-da! Step by step, that's all you gotta do. Run through your steps. Easy peasy, huh? So there's adding your client, there's the seller's property, adding a saved search or an existing search, remember? Set up those notifications, and then those extras. You got your agent recommended. Oh, preview listings. Oh my gosh. Do you guys want to, we can do that. We have 2 seconds to go through there. Let's go in and check out the preview listings. So let's go back to my contact. And we're going to say that, oh man, Betty Buyer's given me some trouble. Gosh, is she just a bear? Oh, and they're both on 4 listings. So I'm going to go into Betty. Just tap into her name. And remember, I can do the next. It's going to walk me through. So Betty has been telling me I'm not doing my job. I really need to be looking at those listings first. Okay, I will. So now I'm just going to simply go in and change her from new to the agent preview. I'm going to save that. And now anything new that comes up on the market is now going to have to be approved or declined by me. So these were already done. So these were already sent to her. So there's nothing else that needs approval, nothing else that has been disapproved. So I'll show you how that looks on my other buyer. So here's what it looks like. So when you get that email from Paragon that says, hey, Betty Buyer has new listings, and you'll have to see that, hey, you have to go into Paragon and approve or decline these listings. Here's where you're going to do it. So I'm going to go into these 16. I'm not going to say approve all. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go into the 16, take a peek at them. I'm going to say, yep, this is not a yellow house. We are good. She likes the brick. Cool. This one, we are going to approve. Bingo. And yes, approve. Conversely, I can also pick a couple, 1, 2, 3 as I go in and look at them and say, yep, all at once, and approve. And we'll do this one as well. Say, yep, okay, we're good. We will send all of these to my client. And this one and this one, well, we'll take out these 2 expensive ones, 10 million, 4 million, 3.5 million. It's just a little too much. Disapprove. So now remember, the listings that you have disapproved are never gone. So let's go back to your client's front page. So if they look and see, oh my gosh, Debbie, I just cannot find a home. Well, let's go take a peek at the ones that we disapproved. So here's my first one. It's on South Channel Drive. Okay, so what did you not like about this one? The neighbor's just a skosh too close. Maybe you didn't like corner. Okay, well, okay, I guess I'm okay with the corner now. All right, so cool. Let's go ahead and change this to approved. So they're never gone. Never gone. Okay, so I hope you guys have all your questions answered. And if you need anything, you know how to find me. I'm Debbie Fajardo, Director of Education here at My Real Source. You should see my email here. It's dfajardo, I know, good luck spelling Fajardo, at myrealsource.net. When you call in, just check the education line or Debbie, extension 145. I'll take your call as long as I'm not teaching a class. I will have this loaded up on the YouTube channel as soon as I find Camtasia. Download that so I can edit this video. Oh, I love getting a new computer. All right, anything else, guys? So I think we are good. So we'll go ahead and end the webinar. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out, and I will have this on our YouTube. Besides, there's already plenty of stuff there on the YouTube channel if you need something immediately. And there's always tech support too. All right, bye everybody, and have a great day.